Why you should be worried for Call of Duty Modern Warfare 3 if you pre-ordered, if you got the game, or if you plan on picking up the game. Today, I want to bring you my review of the campaign and why I feel this video is extremely important for you guys to pay close attention to and listen, and why I feel that I wasn't going to make this particular video because I felt like, I was going to wait for the full game release. But after playing the campaign, guys, giving it some thought, I felt this video needed to be made. So today we're going to be talking about the campaign in Modern Warfare 3. If you have played it, this is going to be spoiler free. And if you haven't played it, spoiler free once again. So you guys can enjoy the video whether you played it or you haven't played it. So as you guys know, we were really excited for Modern Warfare 3 in the sense that we were going to get something new, right? Something refreshing. I was pretty optimistic. Even though, if you guys have ever caught my streams, we did mention that we felt that for some reason, something in our inner interior told us that the campaign was just going to be the sequel to Raid 5 that never came to the game. Since you guys remember, there was going to be a Raid 5 that was going to be released, and unfortunately, it was never released because it got pushed back, and then it just got completely canceled. And we had a little bit of a sentiment in the back of our head saying the campaign is just basically going to be the Raid, just done in a campaign mode. And even though we felt that way, I was still a little bit excited after seeing the trailer. I saw the Gulag. I saw a couple of old Verdansk gameplay, and I was like, man, this could be it. The campaign could be really, really good. We could expect like maybe an 8-hour, 6-hour campaign. It's going to be pretty exciting. Going to let us try new weapons. Going to maybe learn how to use like a different mechanic in the game. Learn how to use a drone. And all of this was a complete negative. Nope. No new drone. No new weapons, no new nothing. It's just been a complete disaster. But before we go into the disaster, I do want to give a little bit of credit because there is something in the game that the game did extremely, extremely well. And I don't know if you guys paid attention to it, but that is the introduction of Makarov. And, Makarov is a very interesting character because when they portrayed Makarov, he was pretty evil. He was pretty intense. I didn't think they could make it any better. And I got to give big props because the villain in this game is actually pretty good. They actually did a really good job of portraying him, making him evil, making him you kind of despise him. You don't really like him. And it reminded me a little bit of playing like Far Cry games, which I think are the best games when it comes to villains. They did that type of level of villain, which I thought was really good. But unfortunately, they messed it up with the rest of the game. So let's talk about the bad. Number one, guys, when have you ever played a Call of Duty game that's a new game that you pay $70 for, might I add, and you don't get to use the weapons that are coming in the game? You get to use weapons that are in Modern Warfare 2. So that just alone could tell you that this particular portion of the game where you use the old weapons, that was part of the raid. There's even sections in the game where in the raid you would have like little places where you would go and refill your ammo that are still located in part of the game. There really isn't a memorable moment. Usually when I play a COD campaign, I'm not going to say they're super stellar, right? Like you're like, oh my goodness, this is the game of the year type of thing. But there is one part of the whole campaign you play that always stays in the back of your mind. Like, you remember when we did this? You remember when we did that? Whenever you play a Call of Duty game. Unfortunately, in this one, guys, everything is copy and paste that you really can't remember everything because you already played it before. I can't even say that the mission where you get on the AC-130 and start shooting down, that's been played out. The grappling hook played out. There's everything is just the same thing over and over again. Now, this is the reason why I feel that you should be worried if you picked up the game, right? I don't expect people to go cancel the game because I don't even think you can get your money back after you played it. But what I feel like is if this is what we got for the campaign, which I could tell you it's only an hour, and you're probably thinking, no, Laser, it's not an hour, it's 3 hours. Basically, the campaign, guys, is just a bunch of cutscenes, and they give you like a 5 minutes to 8 minute gameplay. And if you kind of just put the gameplay together and you take away the cutscenes, you take away the everything that doesn't belong as far as gameplay is concerned, it's only going to be like 8 minutes to 5 minutes of gameplay, and some of them are just even 3 minutes. So it is extremely, extremely short. I can tell you, a raid could probably take longer than completing the campaign if you were to fast run it without no cutscenes. It is extremely short, guys. If you remove the cutscenes, it's almost going to be an hour to an hour and a half. And unfortunately, guys, to me, for anybody that could justify the fact of paying $70 for an hour of gameplay, no use of guns, no nothing, I'm really worried. And the reason why I'm worried is because of the following thing. I feel that right now this game is only focused on the stuff that's going to make the money. And what's going to make the money is Warzone, and Warzone is free. You don't need to purchase the game to play Warzone. You can literally play the game for free without having to purchase Modern Warfare 3. So I am worried for the fact of the stuff that you're going to be paying for. That is the thing I'm worried about, due to the fact that Zombies, which is a mode that I have been not extremely excited for. As you guys know, I'm a DMZ player and I love DMZ. I wish DMZ was coming back. I had to pump myself up and be like, maybe Zombies is going to be really good. Zombies is going to be good. Laser, don't lose faith. Zombies might be good. You got to try it out whenever it comes out. After playing the campaign, I feel that we're going to be talking about the same thing. We're going to be talking about how Zombies is literally DMC copying and paste. We're using the guns in DMZ, and there's absolutely nothing new to do in Zombies. That is the part I'm worried about. And I want to know from you guys, are you guys worried after playing the campaign? If you did play the campaign and you didn't see anything new, you saw an hour-and-a-half campaign with cutscenes, are you worried that you're going to play Zombies the first day and literally in a week, or at this rate, man, it could be less than a week, you're already going to be bored with it because you've already done everything, that you're going to be like feeling very empty? And your $70 that you paid for a game that is supposed to provide you content absolutely doesn't deliver and doesn't have it. That's what I'm worried about. Now, granted, there is multiplayer, but granted, once again, you're pretty much playing the old maps. All the maps are old. There's nothing new. There's nothing new that you can tell me in this game that, as of right now, justifies that $70 tag. And that's what has me worried, because if we, as a community, let this slide, the next Call of Duty is just going to do the same. And that's what I'm extremely worried about. And I want to know from you guys, because I do want to know your guys' opinion. If you had to rate the campaign, what rating would you give it? I'm not going to give it a number. I don't like to give numbers. But I'm going to tell you guys, it's pretty low. Like, if I had to give this campaign a number, it's a pretty low number. And I want to know if anybody could justify giving this a good number due to the fact that you paid $70 to play it early for less than an hour. I mean, take away the cutscenes. I know some of you might have taken 3 hours. Some of you might have taken 4. Some of you might 5 if you died a lot. But if you remove the cutscenes, you're not going to tell me you paid more than 3 hours. You're not going to tell me, because even if you died a lot, the gameplay is very, very limited. So I want to know from you guys, what did you guys think of the campaign? Did you like it? Did you dislike it? And are you worried, like myself, that Zombies and I'm not going to include the multiplayer, because I mean, multiplayer is just pretty much generic. It's the same thing over and over. We're still in an old engine. So there's really nothing new there. So I don't even want to mention it. The only things I'm mentioning is the campaign and Zombies, because those are the only things that are kind of like semi-new and semi-different. And the thing is, we are getting new guns, and we are getting the introduction of bringing these guns and using these guns in different parts of guns. That's actually pretty cool, very neat. But as of right now, I don't know if that justifies the $70 tag. But I want to know from you guys. Let me know in the comment section down below. I didn't want it to sound like a rant, but I am a little bit worried, and I don't know if you should be worried too. So let me know in the comment section down below. What do you guys think? And don't forget, guys, for all things Call of Duty, we're still going to cover it, but I want to keep it as real and honest as I possibly can. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll catch you guys on the next video.